Ho ho boardies, welcome to Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and today we're playing The Somnium Files. Last time we saw that Mayumi is maybe the identity of our new Cyclops serial killer. I feel like the fact that we've established that fact this early in the game suggests maybe she's not, and there's something else going on. Ota's not happy with us, and I think we're gonna do potentially we're gonna do a sync with her and see if there's any more information we can get out of her. But let's see what else Ota has to say before we do that. Are you worried about Iris? Are you worried about Mayumi? Why are you here? You doing okay? Why are you here?
When I was in the hospital, the police came to me. They told me that my mom confessed. I couldn't believe it, so I went to the police station. But because she was under investigation, they wouldn't let me see her. After that, I didn't feel like going back to the hospital. That's why I'm here.
Okay, cool. It's not like Mayumi's under arrest.
You asked me why your mom was arrested earlier, but she isn't under arrest.
What?
I spoke with her as part of my investigation, yes. But as a source of valuable information, not as a suspect. Mayumi confessed, but it's highly likely that she's lying.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing, like she didn't know some of the details or something like that, right? So yeah, Mayumi's protecting somebody.
So we haven't issued a warrant for her arrest.
Maybe she thinks it's Ota and that's why she's protecting him.
That's what I've been saying! Mom didn't do it, she's innocent!
Is Iris the criminal?
Word is going around. Maybe Iris was the one who killed Shoko and Renju. And you and her planned this warehouse incident to get her off our
And that's the other
suspects
theory. Which is much more likely, but I feel like that is also not what's going on.
No way! Tessa had her eye.
list. She could have pulled it out herself. Or asked you to do it.
You're kidding me, right? Do you really think I would do that?
My last note in my notes for this game is Ota was going. I don't know what that means. Ota was going where? Mizuki strong. Mayumi dementia. Is what my notes look like right now.
That wasn't caught on camera, though. Neither was the part where you got stabbed.
You're saying that I stabbed myself?
It wouldn't be the first time you faked something, would it, Ota?
Yeah, but he was like faking a bunch of accounts to essentially make Iris feel bad about herself and then get closer to Iris. That kind of seems like his own separate mission. For them to suddenly be working together doesn't feel right. I don't know. Did you stage the warehouse incident?
I'm telling you, I didn't!
Then why is Mayumi protecting you?
Mom is protecting me?
Your mother is stubborn. She's lying to us because she's protecting someone. The only person I can think of would be you.
Why?
Apparently she thinks that you're the criminal.
Why would she think that?
Your guess is as good as mine. Got any ideas?
Because, I mean, why would she think that Ota's the criminal? Well, he was there, and Ota was injured, and so was Iris was injured, and so was Ota. I feel like it's obvious, right?
Maybe because of her condition. Mom has dementia. Maybe her memory is just mixed up.
About Mayumi's dementia.
Everything is my fault. It's because of me that Mom is... I know how it looks now, but back in the day, the diner was doing pretty good. You know Bloom Park is close by here, right? People who visited the park would stop here a lot. But ever since the explosion 8 years ago,
The chemical plant accident?
Yeah. We're just barely outside of the restricted area, but because Bloom Park closed, the number of customers dropped by a lot. The diner didn't last much longer. When this place closed, Dad started working at a Chinese restaurant chain during the day.
That guy looks like he's from a different game, doesn't he?
And he was a security guard and traffic cop at night. Mom worked as a janitor. And we're both working hard and barely got any sleep.
And you?
I was just a high school student at the time. I was such a dumbass. I thought it was totally normal to have both parents working, so I didn't even get a part-time job. And they bought me a PC and Idol concert tickets. I had it good, but we were drowning in debt.
Debt? Question mark?
And there's a loan on the house and the diner. Mom and Dad didn't let this place go. There are too many memories here to give it up, so they slaved day and night to keep it open. They worked and worked and worked. Thanks to them, I was even able to go to a good university, but right after I started, Dad...
Passed away?
Yeah.
Tact, Darty.
He had a heart attack. From overwork. But even then, I didn't get it, you know? I didn't appreciate how hard they worked for me. Even when I wasn't taking college seriously and getting bad grades, my mom didn't say a thing.
Aww.
She just smiled and told me that it was okay. Even when I told her I was going to drop out. Mom, I'm thinking of dropping out of college.
What? Why do you want to do that, Ota?
I decided that I'm going to become a writer.
Wow, a writer. Oh, that's a good goal to have. But you really should finish college. You work so hard to get in.
You don't understand, Mom. A writer has to put all of their time into their creativity.
God, you just don't get it.
I won't have time to go to classes. Plus, I'm friends with the editor of a publishing company. I'm definitely going to have my first book published.
Is that right?
She's too trusting.
Ota, if you say so, I won't stop you. Do what makes you happy. You'll turn out just fine. I know you can do it. And no matter what happens, Mom will always be on your side, okay?
She looks like a good mum.
Forever and ever.
Until I get dementia.
You, Ota.
Low table. A low table. You lied about the editor thing, right?
Yeah. How do you guess? It was really just a few texts back and forth. But I was thrilled. I thought I could make it as a writer because of that. But it's impossible. I know there's no way I can be a writer.
Well, it's not impossible.
I've never even finished
Just improbable.
writing a novel. Not even once. I always give up after the first 5,000 words. To even apply for the amateurs contest, you have to submit 10 times that. But Mom, she kept supporting me.
Oh. When did Mayumi's illness start?
Not long after I quit college, Mom was always smiling at me. But I think she was starting to slip mentally. One day.
Oh, what's wrong, Ota?
So when would he have... He's 23, right? So would that have been 6 years ago when he decided to skip college? Quit college? Where her mind started to slip.
Do you have the day off from school?
Are you being sarcastic?
Oh, right. You don't attend anymore. Oopsie, I totally forgot.
How can you forget your own son's career choice?
Sorry.
Oh. Miss mean.
Anyway, are you hungry? You haven't eaten anything since this morning, have you?
Are you kidding?
What?
I ate breakfast and lunch already.
Oh, did you? By the way, Ota, what's living at the dorms like?
Why are you making fun of me?
You really should have picked up on something, Ota.
I'm not teasing you, honey.
Don't fuck with me!
Listen to the rest of the story? Sure.
Mom got sick
I've got nowhere
because
to
I'm
be.
such a piece of shit. I was only thinking about myself. I didn't take care of her. It was so stupid. I didn't realize she was sick. I thought I was so cruel to
Thought she
her
was
for
messing
no
with me, is what that
reason.
said.
And she got worse and worse.
About that picture.
What's that picture?
Ota turned the photo frame to me so I could see.
Looking at this photo reminds me. One time when I was a kid, I said something really bad to Mom and Dad, and they scolded me for it.
Oh.
And it's not like it was an apology or anything, but Dad and I gave her a Mother's Day gift. My mom was so happy that she cried. That's what this photo is from. Why did it turn out like this? I'm such a bad son.
Hey, Iba.
What is it?
I don't like Ota one bit,
I hope there's a book coming.
but I can't imagine that this guy's the criminal.
Good.
Why is that?
Hearing his story made me think that he's not such a bad guy.
Your presumption is illogical.
Human beings are illogical. We're not like you AI. We can't be logical all the time. But we make up for it in one very important way.
What is that?
Intuition.
Do you find that useful?
At times. Iba, let's go back to the cold storage warehouse. We might be missing something.
Understood.
I'm gonna go back. What could we have missed? Is someone gonna be there? Up to no good. Oh. Okay.
Date, weren't you going to check the warehouse?
I was, but a thought occurred to me.
Oh. Okay. Forklift. A forklift. Oh. Water. The water of Tokyo Bay.
Date, look! A tonguefish on the ocean floor.
What's a tonguefish?
A flat fish, like the sole of a shoe.
You can see all the way down there?
Of course I can. My vision and my looks are my best qualities.
Okay. Anything else in the water? The water of Tokyo Bay. No, I guess not. Mooring post? A mooring post, a pillar to moor a ship.
Date, do you know what a bollard is?
Of course. It's a type of duck.
That's a mallard.
Okay. Mooring post, sometimes called a bollard, apparently. Hello, policeman. A police officer. He says he doesn't have any new information. A police officer? A police officer. Okay, maybe the van?
Who drove the van here?
There are two possibilities. Either Iris or the criminal who kidnapped Iris.
And Mayumi?
Considering the time that she purchased the chocolate, that would be almost impossible.
Yeah, so it can't be Mayumi.
The van was hijacked from the Famisto parking lot at 10:32 p.m. At that time, Mayumi was in the 812 convenience store more than 100 yards away.
So, almost certainly not her.
Iba, are you sure that Ota took this car?
As I've already explained, the security cameras at the Famisto parking lot saw the entire incident clearly.
So it was definitely Ota who drove it here.
Why are you stating the obvious?
We found the chocolate Mayumi bought on the floor of the cold storage warehouse, but that doesn't prove she was actually at the scene. If she was, how did she get here? She wasn't in the van or the station wagon.
Of course, a different car. I will search for all vehicles that were in this area from Sunday night to Monday morning.
Iva connected to the N system server and began her research. She got a result in no time.
Found one hit. A taxi.
Oh, okay.
Where's that taxi now?
It is parked in Lemniscate's parking lot.
Uh-oh.
At Lemniscate? Why?
Unknown. But we should speak with the driver immediately.
Station wagon. Ota is the one who drove the station wagon. Warehouse all in a line. Warehouses all in a line, okay. Map. Lemniscate. Tuesday, 1:36 PM at Lemniscate. Let's go.
Hey,
Here he is.
got a minute?
Are you talking to moi?
I like this guy.
Date, now is not the time to be distracted by this old man's diction.
Mind if I ask you what you're doing here?
Moi? I am but a humble taxicab driver.
There we go.
Alright.
I'm with the police.
Oh.
I have some questions for you.
Oh, look at that window. A large window. Where are you from? What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
I have just finished conveying my client from Temeke Sano's studio. I was informed that the visit here would be brief, and thus I have decided to wait in this lobby.
Is it going to be Renju? Where are you from?
I was born in Kawago, Saitama.
And why do you talk like that?
I don't know what you mean. I've spoken this way all my life. My parents speak with the same vernacular.
A self-employed taxi driver. About Mayumi. Before I arrived at Lemniscate, I got a picture of Mayumi from Abyss. I showed it to the driver.
Did you drive this passenger on Sunday night?
Ooh, I did indeed. I remember her well. The old hag.
What?
Old hag.
I took her on a tour of the streets of Tokyo. Our ultimate destination was the warehouse district in Ariake.
Why didn't you report this to the police?
Reported?
You don't know about the incident at the cold storage warehouse? It was all over the news.
No, I'm afraid not. Newspapers and television news programs have never been much of an interest to moi.
Describe what happened with Mayumi.
I recall it was around 10 in the evening. Near the Kawasaki district, an unassuming restaurant named Matsushita Diner. That's where I picked up the old hag. And as soon as she stepped foot in my conveyance, she was already barking orders at me.
Why? Have we heard anybody else refer to her as an old hag? She's not that old, is she?
Follow that van, hurry! I must admit, I found it rather exciting.
As old as this driver.
I, of course, insisted that I be paid up front. We pursued the van for roughly half an hour. Suddenly, the van came to a halt at a convenience store.
The Famisto along Koshu, right?
Precisely right. I am surprised you know that. In any case, I knew that the jig would be up if we were seen following the van. So I decided to drive past it. I parked at the 8 store, but 100 yards from there. While waiting for the object of our pursuit to make its next move, the old hag suddenly spoke up. I have to buy something, she declared, then made her way into the 8.
Right, okay, so she wasn't with them at any point?
This must be when Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate.
A few minutes later, the old hag finished making her purchases and walked out. And then, at that very moment, I witnessed the van jet off at great speed down Koshu. I hurried the old hag inside my vehicle, then resumed the chase. We followed them for roughly half an hour more.
I see. If the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that Ota was left behind at the Famisto.
Mayumi thought Ota was in the van the whole time.
Listen to the rest of the story.
We then arrived at a splendid manor. The van entered the premises through the front gate and disappeared from view. We, of course, could not follow, so we waited outside. I estimate another 10 minutes passed. The front gate opened once again, and the van drove out, and we pursued. But 30 minutes later, our pursuit was foiled again.
What happened?
The van drove into the restricted Kawasaki district. The old hag, of course, demanded that I follow. But I was not about to risk my license and livelihood. Instead, I parked on the road and waited for the van to drive back the way it came. But of course, we knew it might not take the same road back. In fact, we were not even sure the van would be coming back at all. But the old hag was not keen on giving up, so we began our stakeout.
Okay.
About 45 minutes later, the date had changed at this point. It was 12:25 a.m. on Monday.
Okay.
How do you remember the time so well?
Yeah, that's suspicious, isn't it?
Well, you see, I always keep my radio dial on the same station. I remember precisely which programs were playing during this endeavor. Thus, I can approximate the time.
I see. Please continue.
At 12:25 a.m., the old hag's tenacious gamble paid dividends. The van returned down the same street. And thus, we again made pursuit. I kept considerable distance. We had come so far, I did not want to get caught now. But my caution backfired. I lost sight of the van in the Ariake warehouses. Without so much as a thank you, the old hag popped open the door and took off toward the warehouses. I waited for some time, but the old hag did not return.
Old hag.
The goose was cooked at this point, so I made the decision to return home. I am glad I had the foresight to ask for payment in advance.
Well, I've got one more question for you. All right, Columbo.
I follow your
Hit him.
story. I have one more question. Where is this manor the van stopped at?
Oh, every taxi driver in the city knows that residence.
Oh, so Tsujima?
It is the personal home of Congressman
Yes.
Tsujima.
So she does know him.
Tsujima?
Somebody does.
Why did the van go to So's house?
We need to speak with him immediately.
Yes, we do.
Let's move.
Self-employed taxi driver. Okay, off we go. No options, just straight there. We're going to discover something. Tsujima residence, Tuesday at 2:21 p.m.
There's no one here.
Indeed.
I don't see So or his bodyguards.
I do not detect them either.
Let's go inside.
Breaking and entering. We're going very slowly though, you know? No rush.
Hey, Aiba. Do you smell something funny?
You are aware that I do not possess the sense of smell, correct?
Is it the smell of blood?
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. A low table. An expensive looking table in the middle of the room.
There's something strange about this vase. Ugh.
What is it?
This is definitely where the smell is coming from.
Is there something inside?
Maybe, but the opening is covered by a metal
It's
plate.
filled with eyes.
The lid is fixed with a bolt. It will not open easily.
Yeah.
Then, as is standard procedure,
Okay, we're gonna X-ray. What's in it? Bones? What the fuck is that? Is this so?
What the?
Date, destroy the vase!
Got it.
Holy shit. I have to do some quick time events. Oh my god, So is dead.
So Tsujima?
So when had he died? When did we see him last? My god. So's body. Cut into pieces. Should we have shot it? Because have we potentially ruined some evidence here? So's body. So's head. Vase. Shards. Fragments of the broken vase. A nice wall scroll. A hanging scroll. Anything else we can click on? Oh, saw something. Oh, a nice chair. There's a cushion on top of the chair. So's head.
So Sejima.
You don't say.
The left eye is hollowed out.
This is most likely a crime committed by the new Cyclops killer.
Alright.
Do you have an estimated time of death?
Today, sometime between 11 a.m. and noon.
Right.
That's about when I was talking to Ota at Matsushita Diner.
At that time, Mayumi was in police custody and Iris was in the ICU of Central Hospital.
Holy shit.
They have not moved.
So it's none of them.
That means Ota, Mayumi, and Iris couldn't possibly have committed the crime. Assuming that this is the work of a single killer, those three can be eliminated from the list of suspects.
Ota, Mayumi, and Iris are not the new Cyclops killer.
Okay, hang on, let me make a note of that. If we can trust this, unless there's something that we're not thinking of, we can confirm that Ota, Mayumi, and Iris are innocent.
Right.
So's head.
By the way, why is there no one in the mansion? No bodyguards, no housekeepers.
I do not know.
Does So have family?
So Sejima's wife died in labor 30 years ago, giving birth to their son.
Oh, who's his son?
Their son is currently living abroad.
Oh, okay. He's the murderer.
So lived here alone?
Do you find that suspicious?
No, just...
Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Date, a call from Pewter.
Like to have my bodies in the background when I'm making phone calls.
Connect me.
Hooter's suspicious, isn't he, by the way?
Date, the sync machine is up and running. You can sync with Mayumi now.
Oh, thanks, Pewter. But there are more pressing matters now.
Did something happen?
You could say that.
Yeah, I found So Sejima's body, with the left eye hollowed out.
What?
That's a funny face.
I'm at the Sejima household.
Probably inappropriate to bring that up now, though, so I'll tell him later.
Send the investigation team over.
Why so?
I can answer your questions when I get back to Abyss.
Got it.
Date, what is your plan? Wait until crime scene investigation arrives?
Yes.
No, there's something I need
What?
to do.
Why? What?
If that taxi driver was telling the truth, Mayumi was at the warehouse yesterday. And we know the chocolate we found at the scene was hers. Maybe she saw something. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Are we gonna remove another murder?
Some kind of clue or
By doing a
information
Somnium.
about the culprit.
Then,
Yeah, we're gonna sync with Mayumi.
Yeah, we're gonna remove So's murder. Maybe. Maybe not.
Date, a large-scale investigation of So Sejima has already begun. At this very moment, the media is already swarming outside the building.
Really?
It is a little immoral to do this against
Sync
people's
is what's
wills, isn't it?
important. If we sink into Mayumi's brain, that might help us find the real culprit.
I understand. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then, let's begin.
Where am I?
Cool, and we're going to find out exactly where Iber is next time on Borderline Games. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Somnium Files, and I'll see you next time. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.